Mike?
I'm excited.
You're excited?
I'm
Why are you
so
excited for?
Because
Wow.
two of my favorite things are happening.
Oh, two?
Two.
More than one.
Pro wrestling and Japan.
Pro wrestling and Japan?
If you are a
I'm really confused right now.
pro wrestling fan, and I'm going to hijack the podcast and talk about this, because even though this won't come out for a while until after this has all happened, so it won't be news, so no spoilers.
Ha!
All Elite Wrestling has done the thing that they said they were going to do for such a long time, and they have partnered. Well, they were already in a partnership, but they are doing a promotional show with New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is like for me right now.
What?
Like think about it this way. Think about if Ichigo became a playable character in Mass Effect.
What? Alrighty.
The thing is, it's such a big thing. I'm so excited for it. I've been waiting for this, and just like a brief little history on it. Like AEW is a new promotion. It started in 2019 because all these independent wrestling scenes. So if you don't know, I'm sure you heard of World Wrestling Federation or World Wrestling Entertainment before.
Actually, no, I haven't.
The WWE? You never heard of the WWE?
I've heard WWE.
Okay, so that's World Wrestling Entertainment.
Oh, I didn't know what it stand for.
That's fine. See? No, it's fine. So the WWE is like the biggest wrestling promotion in America, possibly the world, and nobody thought that anybody could compete with them. They had a competitor called WCW back in the 90s and 2000s, which when I was a fan, which was awesome. So it kind of created this new like whole thing, and wrestlers from New Japan, Ring of Honor, all that and everything came together and made All Elite Wrestling. So that's why this is so cool. There's so many dream matchups. If you're a wrestling fan, you know fantasy booking is our ish, and we love doing it, and we can do this whole entire thing. They announced a show called Forbidden Door. I am excited.
Forbidden.
I am excited.
Sounds exciting.
It is.
So why don't you tell me? Why don't you tell me?
You're probably very confused on everything that's happening.
I am very confused. I don't know what's going on.
Don't worry, we'll get to your confusion episode.
All right. So you're really into this wrestling stuff, right?
Yes,
Yeah. So, what would you say? What got you into all of the wrestling stuff, and what gets you like? What was the thing that really got you excited about it and hooked you?
I never really watched wrestling like as a young kid.
As a youngin?
Probably as a young madling.
As a wee lad.
I got Patreon. So I started watching probably, I'll say 2002. I was probably in like 3rd or 4th grade. And one of my good friends, still friends with him to this day, neighborhood friend, used to live up the street from me. Shout out Nick Kinsey. He was into it and got me into it. I still remember my first ever episode that I watched. It was a SmackDown. My first ever WrestleMania was a WrestleMania 19, greatest WrestleMania of all time. Watch my top 10 WrestleMania list. It is something that I never thought that I would ever get into. So I got into it then because of my friend, and I just started like going
just
all in, dude. Just
in.
like I don't know why.
Oh my goodness.
The characters, because like I was always like a dramatic kid. I was in some of the plays. I like to really fantasy book my whole life as a child, as you do as a child and everything. And it just kind of it just kind of stuck. So it was cool seeing like different characters come to life. But when I started watching, it like felt and looked like legitimate sport. And from like 2002 to 2004.
I'm sure a lot has changed in
absolutely
wrestling since that,
absolutely. And before that, like original wrestling was a circus carny show. You traveled around and like original professional wrestling was actual amateur wrestling, professional wrestling, but the problem was the matches would go 8-10 hours long.
Right. Okay.
Because
gotcha,
if you can't beat somebody, I think the longest match was like 2 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like back way back.
Bing bing.
So then people started saying like, hey, like we know you're tough, we know you can fight. How about you let this guy win in like, I don't know, 20 minutes so we can sell more tickets and go out that. So that's kind of how it became staged, I'll say.
Gotcha.
So yeah, but anyway, so when I first started watching, it was guys like Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, The Undertaker, all them. But like they weren't these like crazy characters. They weren't like these like wishy-washy, like kind of like Doink the Clown type characters. Like that's actually a wrestler from back in the day.
Oh gosh.
So it felt like legitimate sports. So that's what captivated me first. And then I probably stopped watching like around 2000, I'll say 2008, 2009.
Okay.
I just grew out of it,
Okay. Right. Yeah.
became an adult, was getting into college, and then in 2014, I'm sure you know of The Rock, Dwayne
Yes.
The Rock Johnson. So he hadn't wrestled since like 2003, and it was 2014. And I was walking through GameStop, and I saw a cover of the WWE games, and I loved the WWE video games when I was a kid. It was awesome. So I saw a cover, and he was on it, and I'm like, wait, did he come back? So I just bought the game, and off of that game, I kind of fell in love with it. There was like a renaissance during 2014 to now of just like how many people are watching it. Like there's so many professional wrestling fans in not just the United States but the world right now. Like it's insane. It's insane to me. But I guess what brings us all together is just like it's
pile driving your friend. No.
Tombstoning your friend on a cinder block. Shout out Cinder, I love you. I would say that like wrestling fans in general, it's the nostalgia, it's the pops. There is no other adrenaline rush. And I mean, I've been to professional football games, I've been to professional baseball games, I've been to professional basketball games, I've been to professional UFC fights. There is nothing like a superstar's theme music hitting and a crowd going absolutely insane, like to the top of their lungs. Like it's just
that's great.
It's just the pop, man. The pop. Anyway, so that's kind of how I got it.
All right, yeah. Well, I think that also kind of covers the why.
Why I got into it.
The adrenaline and the whole feel of everything.
Yeah.
So, what would you say then would be your absolute favorite?
Wrestling?
Yes, wrestling. Your favorite wrestling.
My favorite wrestler?
Your favorite, either your favorite wrestling like event or I don't know
of all time.
Yeah, of all time, or what is your favorite wrestler? Or
so
both.
Are you asking me like I would ask you with Mass Effect? I would be like, is your favorite 1, 2, or 3?
Yeah, something.
Is
like
that like you're saying like
kind of like that? Yeah, like is there well, you said that there were two different the WWE and then there was something else.
Oh, the companies and everything.
Companies, so like, is there like an absolute favorite that you have of that, and then also like, is there a specific person or?
Yeah, I would say that I'm like this in my life, and it's weird.
I
always
weird,
like
that's nothing new to me.
I always
or anyone else watching.
I always loved an underdog story. So whoever is the largest company, the largest thing, I will always subconsciously just support the smaller guy.
Gotcha.
So like when WWE was around, I love WWE. I still love WWE to this day. There's a lot of negativity in the internet wrestling community on WWE, I understand, but then there's a lot of positivity, yada yada yada. It's toxic all the way. So, but
what is it these days?
Yeah, exactly. What internet community, if anything, isn't toxic these days? Not you guys though.
Not you.
You madlings are amazing. So back in the day, I supported TNA. They were a small company that had a TV deal. So now I'm more of an AEW guy, just because WWE is more sports entertainment. They're on the sports entertainment side. And All Elite Wrestling's more on the wrestling side. I could do less without like a million blood matches in a week. Like that could kind of die down a little bit. I get it. I did miss seeing the blood, as weird as that sounds, like from WWE, because they stopped doing that. But it's just blood capsules. I don't think they're cutting themselves anymore. They might though. But
I don't know.
Yeah, AEW definitely. My favorite wrestler of all time is definitely The Undertaker. That guy right there. I don't know why. Because literally, like his nickname back then was the Lord of Darkness, so I probably shouldn't be. But when I started watching him, he had a biker gimmick. He was a biker, so he's pretty much himself. And I really enjoyed him. My favorite now, I would have to say, would be, probably Kenny Omega. Loved all of his stuff in New Japan. And like that's the thing. I can't say I have one favorite company, because I love AEW, I love New Japan. AEW just bought Ring of Honor, ironically. So.
Oh, okay. So what
like
are you
them.
watching the most of right now? Maybe it's not your favorite, like you have to pick one per se, but what are you watching the most of right now?
When I can. Normally, I honestly I just watch like YouTube reviews and stuff on the
Right,
shows.
yeah,
'Cause
okay.
I can't watch the show as much as I want to
Right.
or I'd like to. But All Elite Wrestling Dynamite's definitely my favorite right now. I mean, it's just a lot of cool things going on right now. So, I mean, if you're not a wrestling fan, I'd highly suggest checking it out. It's crazy. It's silly. We know it's stupid, but I love it. It's my guilty pleasure. It's my vice. It's great.
Hey, if it's something that you enjoy, you know,
Hey, why not?
why not?
Yeah.
Just the whole. I'm sorry. The whole time I'm sitting here, I'm just thinking of that one comedian, Ross Bennett. If you haven't checked it out yet,
Oh.
a Dry Bar Comedy.
Yeah, shout out Dry Bar Comedy. We do have a top 10 list of Dry Bar Comedy stand-ups, and this is on here.
And it is on there. I think it's you have it as number 2, don't you?
Number 2.
Yeah,
Yes,
number 2. But he's talking about how when he was a kid, his grandma would come over or whatever, and she liked watching wrestling, and he liked watching gospel choir.
The Gospel Hour.
Yeah, Gospel Hour. And they were on at the same
He's like,
time.
because my dream as a child was to stand up in front of a bunch of people and speak the truth. And this is the closest I will ever get.
Yes, it was hilarious. But he was also talking about how their shows would be on at the same time, and rather than, because they couldn't record anything back in the day or anything like that, they'd have to switch back and forth between, both shows. And then he said as a kid, when he would go to sleep, he would dream about, what he was watching, and both shows would intermingle, and he's talking about it's just great.
And then he just flips the thing, and he's like,
he's like,
friends, the Revival Revolution will be live this Sunday from Atlanta, Georgia.
Where I,
the Thunderbolt.
Yeah, the Thunderbolt will destroy the gospel choir.
The Gospel Choir.
It's hilarious. You need to check it out if you can.
So don't miss it. Bring a friend, and I'll kill him.
Yeah, that was great. I love it.
Oh man.
His whole special is really good too. If you just watch, there is just that clip that's out there, but his whole special's out there. There's a lot of other specials out there that are great too.
So with that being, and I'll ask you this question, not being a wrestling fan, not really knowing much about it.
Yes.
If you were to be a professional wrestler, what do you think your name would be?
My name would be.
What would you name yourself?
Well, it wouldn't be Taserface. Or maybe it should be Taserface.
It should be Taserface.
Oh, Rue, Taserface.
And on his way to the ring, hailing from parts unknown, in his shocking debut, the Taserface.
Rue. Put fear in the hearts who hear the name Taserface.
You'll ruin the day you crossed Taserface.
I can't even say that with a straight face. I'm losing it here.
Oh, man.
Either that or I'd like to
that's
make
really
it
funny.
something really ironic, like, I don't know, like just something like you wouldn't expect a wrestler to be called, like, Fuzzball Murder or something.
Fuzzball Murder. It's Peaches.
Peaches.
The Cat Killer. Oh, man. That's great. Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm excited for this. AEW New Japan presents Forbidden Door with Peaches.
With Peaches.
And it'll be live June 26th, 4 days before my birthday.
Ooh,
So I'm excited. I will be watching.
You'll be older.
I'm actually going to try and go to Chicago. I didn't tell you this yet, so I might not be available that week. But I'm going to try.
Fancy.
I might go and see the show. And if not, I'm going to watch it. And if I do watch it, depending on how YouTube works, I'm going to do a live stream. And if I can't live stream it from to YouTube, then we will live stream it on our Patreon account.
Patreon. Okay.
And so all you have to do,
Sounds
and for
good.
that, I'll have a special link. I'll get all the
Special.
logistics worked out, but I'll make more on that announcement closer to the date because I don't know how the logistics are going to work out on that right now, but we'll figure it out. But yes,
All right.
June 26th, Forbidden Door, live from the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. It is All Elite Wrestling and New Japan Pro Wrestling presents Forbidden Door. I'm excited. You know what I'm really excited about?
What are you
These
excited
dream
about?
Matches. Quick rundown of dream matches for people at home that would
They
understand
fight
what
while
I'm
they're
talking
asleep?
about. They fight with a pillow. Kenny Omega versus Okada 4. Ishii versus Keith Lee. Because come on, that's the match. That's the match. Lucha Brothers, if Rey Fenix can come back versus Guerrillas of Destruction, that would be pretty awesome. Anything with Bullet Club and the Undisputed Elite. Now, if the Bullet Club and the Undisputed Elite, I love the face reactions. You're doing actually really good to it. Comes through. All out Bullet Club Civil War. Would love to see.
No way.
Would love to see.
You don't
dude.
say.
It's gonna be like
What?
picture the Avengers Civil War and then times that by like 100 people and like 1 million Velocity Raptors.
Velocity Raptors. Velocity Raptors.
Anyway, so that's been a little look into why I like professional wrestling and how I'm excited about professional wrestling. If you like professional wrestling, please leave a comment down below and let me know, because I'm looking to do a little bit more wrestling content. If I have some more people that I know are going to be excited about it,
Yeah.
I want to bring you along for the journey as well.
Exactly. Of course. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. Awesome sauce, and
Sauce is awesome.
it is very. We'll catch you guys next time.
On
Podcast of Madness.
presented by
Mike.
and
Ben. This wall.
goodbye.